Colin Chapman's story began after the Second World War, when he returned to England. He found the streets of London in ruins and his country in desperate need of new industries to replace the old ones that had been destroyed by war. With the help of his Hazel, who lent him £25 to kickstart his company, Colin built his first car in the back of a dusty garage. Models like the Elise, Esprit, and Avisia became iconic symbols of British engineering and design excellence. And it all started with a £25 loan from a woman who believed in her man and his dreams. So if you ever find yourself in a position where you feel like you have nothing, remember the story of Colin and Hazel, and how their humble beginnings didn't stop them from achieving greatness. Who knows? You might just be the next Colin Chapman. This was not just any car. It was a Lotus Mark I in a very short time. Colin built a reputation for building some of the lightest, fastest cars in the country. His creations were not just cars. They were weapons on the track. But what made them so special? With the help of his growing team, he began to build his first car from scratch. The Lotus Mark VI. Instead of selling finished cars, he sold them as kit cars, a bare frame and engine with no body panels or trim. For a price, buyers could assemble the car themselves. This was a risky move, but it allowed Colin to focus on his true passion, designing and building the chassis and engine. Word of mouth began to spread about the incredible performance of these cars. More and more people started to take notice of Lotus. Soon enough, Colin was approached by racing drivers who wanted to use his cars to compete in various competitions. One of these drivers was a young man named Jim Clark. Colin agreed to build him a special car, the Lotus Mark XII. It would be lighter and faster than any car that had come before it. Together, Colin and Jim took the racing world by storm. They won competition after competition, and Lotus became a household name. Colin believed that the answer lay in simplicity and lightness. He took this philosophy to heart, and it became the driving force behind his success. Colin's focus was on making the cars as light as possible. He did this by using innovative materials and techniques that had never been seen before in the automotive industry. This approach made his cars incredibly nimble and fast, but it also made them more challenging to build. Despite the challenges, Colin and his team of dedicated engineers and designers pushed forward. They worked tirelessly to perfect their craft and create cars that were not only beautiful to look at, but also a joy to drive. In 1952, Colin officially founded Lotus Engineering in a shed behind a pub. As Lotus grew, so did its reputation for producing some of the most exciting and innovative cars in the world.